So welcome to Strange Paths, a podcast where we read Choose Your Own Adventure style stories. We're your hosts. I'm Paul.
I'm Stephanie.
I'm Megan.
And today we are feeling a little Thanksgiving.
A lot of Thanksgiving. We've been thinking about Thanksgiving.
Feathery.
Oh, damn.
Ready to be doused in gravy.
Oh, yeah. And mixed together with whatever. What do people mix with it?
Stuffing.
Yeah. We're ready to be shoved into cavities.
All right.
And baked. Or roasted. What is it? Who cares? So anyway.
Dads do.
Yeah.
Dad 100% cares.
Dads love baking, roasting, and stuffing.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. Everything they can get their hands on.
Mm-hmm.
So for this episode, we all followed one prompt, a Thanksgiving prompt of writing a story about such a thing as a turkey boy.
What is a turkey boy?
What could it mean?
And not just in the philosophical sense, but,
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know. I hope that we can find out.
All right. Hey, y'all ever heard of a turkey boy? A boy so plump and juicy, there's nothing you can do but fascinate by buttering up his skins and roasting him over a spit hotter than 10 times turkey temp. That's not a saying. That's how hot y'all's needs to cook him to kill all the E. coli and sage. It'll be burned to cinders, but they'll be the turkey boy cinders you ever did see. But
Just want us to eat turkey ash.
but I digress. Did y'all never heard of a turkey boy? No? Well, saddle up, little ones, because you're about to get told 3 turkey-tastic tales about such a thing.
What in turkey tarnation?
I don't know. It came out of my brain.
That must have been in the deep recesses.
It was deep. I had to really get far in there.
All right. So, I guess we should get into these turkey tales.
Turkey tail.
All right. Well, I'll start off with my tale.
All right.
It is called The Mayflower.
What about the Nina? Nina?
No Nina. No
What about
Penta,
the Pintia?
No, no Santa Maria.
Santa Maria! I'm sorry. Sorry, all of our Hispanic.
All right.
Friends.
Anyway. The Mayflower. Lifting the lid of the rusted storage container, you reveal a cornucopia of discarded wrappers and cans. Your friend, Allie, kneels down and starts sifting through the refuse while you hold up the lid. After a few moments, she sighs. Your stomach grumbles. I heard that, says Allie. I'm fine. Really, you try to reassure her. Well, that's good, because there's nothing left. I doubt there's been anything edible here for a long time. Allie pulls a map from her back pocket. It's handmade with markers to indicate points of interest, mostly old grocery stores. Pulling out a black marker, Allie places a giant X over your current location, an old Gushin mush.
Ugh. What?
You let the lid fall. The metal crash reverberates down the dilapidated shelves of the store. Looking at them, you start to salivate. What was it like? You ask. I thought we agreed you wouldn't ask those kinds of things anymore. I know, but were they really full all the time? Look, I was only 4 when the pilgrimage even happened. I don't remember that much. Allie trails off, her shoulders drooping a little as she looks over at the distant wall. Before you have a chance to change the subject, your stomach growls again. I knew you were lying earlier, Allie says as a smirk grows on her face. She reaches into the pocket of her satchel and hands you a dense object wrapped in cloth. Allie, this is the last of your stuffing. I can't take this. Either you eat it, or I'll make you eat it. I can't have the council think I'm out here letting a poult starve to death. With a sincere smile on your face, you carefully unwrap the cloth. Within your hand lies a hardened mash of various food scraps distributed by the council. You bite into it, testing its structure as though you were checking a coin. After some work, you manage to get some morsels down. Thanks, you say to Allie. Yeah, well, don't thank me yet. Council left a message this morning. Said they need you to report to the elder once we get done here. With the harvest so close, you can probably guess what they want. The council always selected the youngest poults for blessing during the harvest. Allie was still bitter she had aged out of the choice pool. She did little to hide her displeasure, but never treated you any differently for still being of age. A sly grin grows on Allie's face. You know, if you wanted, you could come with me instead to check out another store. I have a good feeling about this one. What's it called? Marty's Meats. Meats? I thought there was no more meat. That's why I'm going. What do you say? If you decide to accompany Allie to Marty's Meats, turn to page 3. Otherwise, turn to page 8 to visit the elder.
I want to see about those meats.
We love a good meats.
Meats it is.
Take me to the meats.
On your way to the store, Allie tells you about some of the strange animals she remembers from before the pilgrimage. Today it is winged creatures that soared through the sky. Some were tiny, while others were roughly the size of a small satchel. Did you eat them?
I'm sorry.
That's really specific.
Allie sighs. It's always food with you. Yeah, we ate some of the larger ones. They weren't bad. Within a few minutes, you both reach the entrance to Marty's Meats. The store lettering includes a crude depiction of who you can only assume is Marty. His face is stuck in a giant smile, and he has 2 heaping handfuls of what Allie tells you is ground beef.
Ew, just in his hands? Nasty, Marty.
The chart remains The chart remains of an effigy sit in front of the store. You don't notice much in the way of features from the skull in the center, except you're pretty sure you recognize the grin. Come on, let's go in, says Allie. What makes you think there'd be any food here anyway? Why not? Seems like a good place to stash some food after all this time. Entering, you find a ghastly scene. Empty cases sit covered in brown stains of old blood. Broken glass litters the floor along with a smattering of bones, some animal, some other. You make your way to the back as Allie peers through various cases and boxes. Etched words adorn either side of the back door. They read, "Meat is for the worthy."
Not, it's what's for dinner. I mean, I guess for me, it would be it's what's for dinner.
Oh, you think you're worthy?
Yeah.
You read the words, trying to decide what could make someone worthy as you twist the door latch. The door refuses to budge, but you hear clicks and pops from some mechanism behind the door.
Oh, no.
Move away, Allie yells. You start to step away, but the floor moves with you. A small section of it is sliding under the door, revealing a pit of spikes protruding in various directions. Before you can react, Allie shoves you to the side, but she trips and falls halfway into the pit. She lets out a cry of pain as you fall safely on your butt. Allie grabs your ankle for support. Scoot back, she says through gritted teeth. You scoot away, ignoring Allie's vice grip on your leg. A snap from below punctuates the otherwise silent movement. Slowly! You oblige, and within a few moments, pull Allie the rest of the way out. A severed spike is also pulled out, as it has skewered Allie's left calf.
Ew.
No.
Why? That's some good eating, though.
Seeing the wound, you start to panic, but Allie grabs either side of your face. Use the map. Get help. Don't remove it. Allie then falls back onto the linoleum, unconscious. Pulling the map out of her pack, you quickly scan it and see the best route back. However, there's another marker nearby called Roanoke the Hermit. Allie had mentioned him before. The colony banished him some time ago, but maybe he could help. What should you do with Allie, though? She's bigger and older than you, so taking her along would slow you down. Maybe you could convince the hermit to come back? If you decide to take Allie to the hermit, turn to page 5. If you decide to try to bring the hermit back to Marty's Meats, turn to page 11.
I feel like he's a hermit. He's probably not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
Plus, if you find anything good in there, he's going to want to split it with you. But also, you are not super capable on your own. I don't know.
I don't either.
I would say try to take her to the hermit.
Okay, want to take her to the hermit?
I guess so.
Okay.
Why are you making these choices so difficult for us?
Yeah.
Because it's fun. Okay. Making a sturdy framework from some of the bone and scraps of tarp you find in Marty's Meats, you fashion a rudimentary stretcher to carry Allie to the hermit. You follow the map as best you can and eventually make your way to the home of the hermit. The hut is easy enough to spot from a distance. The outside is painted a bright orange, with the chimney on top a striated brown. A small plume of smoke emanates from the chimney. Before moving closer, you check on Allie, who is yet to wake up. She seems to be running a fever as well. With daylight nearly gone, you're thankful to be close to shelter before the darkness sets in. You knock on the door several times before it is cracked open. Behind the door, a large, disheveled man stands dressed in strange clothing you don't recognize. "Someone is here," he says aloud. "Yes, my friend needs help. She's been badly hurt." But before you can finish, the man interrupts you. "Yes, someone is definitely here. I'd bet my last bit of stuffing on it." Hello, I'm right here. My friend really needs your help." Oh, I'm sorry, little one. But I'm afraid my old age. My ears don't work too well. My eyes are even worse."
Oh, shit, he's gonna be no help.
"Are you Roanoke the Hermit?" you ask. "What's that? Speak up. Are you Roanoke the Hermit?" "Why, yes, I'd love some orange sherbet."
God damn it!
With a heavy sigh, you take Roanoke's hand and guide him to your friend's leg where the skewer still pokes out. Allie shudders involuntarily as he prods it. "Oh dear, someone found one of the traps set by the mourners." "The mourners?" you ask, raising your voice. Yes, the mourners. They've opposed your colony for a long time. They'd love nothing more than to see it collapse." "How did you know I was part of the colony?" Once you ask, Roanoke pulls up his sleeve and reveals a scar burned into his forearm. The mark is in the shape of a ship, quite similar to the sigil of your colony, the Mayflower. Roanoke smiles. "Yes, I was one of the blessed, but I rejected their gifts and chose isolation instead." Your head spins. You've never heard of anyone turning down the blessing. The blessing meant leaving the colony for a better life, an easier life. Yet here was someone who gave that up for what? An orange hut in the middle of nowhere?
That sounds pretty good.
But why? But why, you ask? "There may be time for that later, but for now we must help your friend," Roanoke responds.
I mean, for real, eyes on the prize.
Mm-hmm.
Roanoke carefully lifts Allie in the stretcher with little effort. It seems he's not as old or fragile as you first thought. Once he gets Allie into the hut, he gets to work setting some rudimentary medicine for her wound. You pace across the floor as Roanoke sets to work. Looking through the hut, you find it to be rather sparse, with few personal effects. Instead, everything seems to serve a singular function: survival. After some time, Roanoke steps away from Allie and addresses you. "Well, your friend should be fine. She only needs rest now. I'm afraid you'll have to leave her with me." You want to protest, but find his tone reassuring. Before you can ask how long the two of you will have to stay, he produces a piece of rolled parchment. "You must take this to your elder, and I must insist that you do not read it, but deliver it straight to him, sight unseen. Do not tell anyone who gave this to you. Allie will be safe here with me until you can return." A short time later, you find yourself with a fresh pack heading back to the colony. In one hand, you have the map, and the other holds the parchment given to you by the hermit. As you approach the outer reaches of the colony, your mind continues to return to the parchment. Should you read it? Maybe it holds some clue as to why Roanoke turned down the blessing. If you decide to open the parchment, turn to page 7. Otherwise, continue on to see the elder on page 8.
I trust him. I love him.
It's not my decision.
I don't know. What's on the parchment?
It's just a drawing of a dick. I don't want to see it.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe it's not.
Maybe
it
Megan
is.
does want to see it.
I want to see.
How many veins has it got?
I've been alone for so long. I got.
All right, so you guys want to open the parchment?
We want to rock, paper, scissors.
Okay,
Okay. Yep.
ready?
Mediator.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock!
No, scissors.
I turned the tables from last
All right.
time.
Continuing on to see the elder. Okay. Making your way to the elder's hut, you find him seated as usual. Across his lap lays a large musket. Many of the children of the colony don't believe it even works, but Allie claims it was used once to fell the last animal. At least, that's what her parents told her. A little nervous, you step in front of the elder as he addresses you. Young one, seeker of the blessing, thank you for arriving as we approach this grand time of harvest. I have good news. You, young one, have been chosen as the recipient of the blessing.
Oh my God.
Thank you, elder. It is a great honor. With that, 2 members of the colony step from either side of the elder. One grabs your arm forcefully as the other produces a branding iron, hidden from sight until now. The brand is pushed into your forearm as you let out a short yelp of pain. Your cry is cut short as the man holding your arm clamps a hand over your mouth. Shortly afterwards, you pass out.
Oof.
A few hours later, you find yourself awake in an abandoned storeroom. The door is locked, and you start to cry out, but the sound is foreign to your ear.
Did you get to give the parchment to the elder?
A strange conical horn has been placed over your mouth.
Oh, that's a cornucopia!
No.
When you try to talk or yell, a strange sound unlike any you have heard before comes out instead. The horn seems to morph every word into the same sound. Gobble, you say to the empty room.
Wait, you've been a boy this whole time?
Furthermore, a strange suit made entirely of old greasy feathers has been sewn over the clothes, over your clothes and pack you were wearing earlier. The arms of the suit have extra fabric to form wings against your waist. It is difficult to move around easily. Gobble, gobble, you cry.
Oh my God.
Unsure what else to do, you try to sit and think about what to do next. However, your clothes being unwieldy as they are, you instead find you can only squat in the hay scattered along the floor. It feels like hours before anyone comes to the door. When it is open, you see the elder. Young one, receiver of the blessing, it is now time for the harvest. It is time for you to end your tenure of the colony and serve a greater purpose.
Oh my God.
Gobble, gobble, you try to argue. If you have anything to give to the elder, turn to page 9. Otherwise, turn to page 10.
We do.
All right. The elder looks pleased as you are led out of the room. However, as you step over the doorway, you trip, ripping part of your suit. With a hand free, you search through your pack and hold the parchment up. Confused, the elder steps closer and takes it out of your hand. What's this? Some communique? Why would a young one have it? The elder pulls the seal off of the parchment and unfurls it. As he does, a slow smile grows on his face. Ah, yes, I see.
Oh my gosh, he's happy. I don't like that.
Several seconds pass before the elder seems to return to the present. I feel there's been a mistake, young one. You are not ready for the blessing. No, instead, you have been selected for a different path. We must remove these trappings at once and find a suitable replacement.
Oh my gosh, I don't
Gobble,
like it though.
You reply. With that, the blessing feast is held without you. Instead, you are given several pages of tightly bound parchment by the elder himself with instructions to act as his personal courier. While you still have the mark of the blessed, you are thankful for your more comfortable accommodations in the colony. The only rule you must follow now is to never open one of the parchments. The end.
Oh my gosh, I gotta know what's in those parchments now.
Ugh.
It's freaking me out.
Yeah.
Did it say, I poisoned this little lady? Boy. I was imagining a girl the whole time.
Okay, so you guys want to open the parchment?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Heading away from the walkway to the elder's hut, you instead follow a group of parishioners as they pass through the colony's main thoroughfare. They are chattering about the upcoming harvest. Many of them are excited for the upcoming feast held after the blessing is performed. You also have fond memories of each year's harvest feast. The stuffing is always much better, softer even.
Oh.
As the parishioners move along down a new street, you take the opportunity to duck into an abandoned store. Checking to make sure no one else is looking, you carefully pluck the wrapper of the parchment. The weight of the paper causes it to unfurl on its own. The parchment itself contains no words. Instead, the parchment contains a full-body etching of a man done in charcoal. The man is laying on a couch with nothing on except a smile.
What did I fucking say?
Oh, God.
The guy was looking at it and smiling.
His,
Oh, you're a courier of sects. Hell yeah.
his face is smooth, but you recognize his eyes. It's the elder. Horrified, you let out a startled yelp and roll the parchment back, hoping to keep it shut. Upon leaving the hut, you run into two large parishioners with black bands on their arms. Security. One of them addresses you. Young one, we heard a cry in there. Is everything okay? The broad-shouldered security detail asks.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm fine. The second security detail steps into the abandoned hut. As he does, the first one eyes the parchment tightly wrapped in your hand.
No.
Let me see that communique in your hand, young
No.
one. I can't. Young one, you must turn over that communique immediately. We need to root out all possible explanations for the disturbance. Unwilling to find out what will happen if you turn over the parchment, you sprint to the right down the street. The security detail yells after you, but you ignore it as you run as hard as you can manage. It isn't long until the whine of the colony's security alarm is blaring through the streets. With luck, you reach a gate and make your way out into the wilds. The colony becomes a small speck over the course of the next few hours. Unsure what else to do, you pull out Allie's old map. There are still some spots to check for food. The end.
Horrible, but also, I'm a baller.
Because you guessed it would be porn.
Yeah. Can you give me props, babe? What other thing didn't we choose?
So,
not
not
going to see him.
So you had the option of,
Bringing him back.
Wait, bringing who back?
Bringing the hermit to the...
Oh, right. So, yeah, you had the option of not leaving, leaving Allie at the store, or there's also the only other thing that we're missing is not having the parchment for the elder.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, but we did, so...
Right.
So then you're just a turkey feast. Okay, read that one first.
Want to read that one first? Okay.
Right. It's upsetting.
This is what would have happened if you didn't have the parchment.
No, we do, though.
The elder leads you out of the room and along a dark hallway. Sconces light either side of the hall. You hear a chorus of hymns from the room ahead. As you enter, you realize you are deep within the colony center, adjacent to the feasting hall. A ring of men in dark clothes step around you, their singing drowning out any other sounds of the room. Gobble? You try to ask. A few short steps ahead, the men in front of you part, and you see a great black cauldron. It bubbles with boiling water, various vegetables, and an all too familiar aroma. It's the harvest feast stuffing. The men behind you force you forwards, towards the cauldron as the elder speaks. It is time, Mayflower, time for the harvest, and time for the Blessed One to make their own journey, for it is they who shall be sent from the rocky shores of this existence to another far greater land.
I like that it may be an echo.
We humbly accept our task.
Exist.
I can't wait till you read. We humbly accept our task as their vessel and promise to carry them with us to the new land.
Ew.
Praise for the blessed. Praise for the Mayflower. Amen.
Amen.
As the elder...
Yeah, I'm sorry. The urge was really strong.
As the elder finishes, the men form a path and push you forward. The heat of the cauldron makes you sweat through the suit. Gobble! Gobble! You cry. The ramp to the top is sturdy, and despite your best efforts, the dark-clothed men outmatch you as you are forced step by step to the cauldron's opening. The searing pain of the heat only lasts until you finally reach the end of the ramp, a blessing for all those of the Mayflower. The end.
They just put you in there, turkeys, feathers and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's gross. It's gonna
You
be
gotta
all
get all the
charred and matted
guts
into the
out.
skin.
Yeah.
You just boil it off.
That's
Boil it off.
No, that's not an ending that matters to us because we had the parchment, so...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We had it.
We had it.
All right. So our last
Already had
remaining
it.
is...
We had it big time.
Last remaining is leaving Allie at the store and going to see the hermit.
Yeah.
Okay. It's much too dangerous to try to take Allie with you. Besides, you might make her injury worse if you do. Gathering up some scraps and old papers strewn throughout the store, you make a covering for Allie. You check the surrounding area as you leave, ensuring no one else is around. Heading to the hermit's hut doesn't take too long. There should be enough light to guide you both back to Marty's meets, as long as you can convince the hermit to come along. After wandering through the quiet of the wilderness, you find the bright orange hut of the hermit. Along its roof is a brown chimney that sits a little crooked. You step up to the door and knock. When no one answers, you knock again. This continues for a few minutes before you try to peek inside through one of the slats of the hut. It appears to be empty. Crestfallen, you debate whether you should wait for the hermit or return to check on Allie. In the end, you compromise and wait for another hour before giving up and returning to Marty's meets. Going inside, you find the scraps you had carefully laid over your unconscious friend have been scattered. Allie is gone. In her place, a small wrapping of cloth remains.
No.
With care, you unwrap it to find 2 items.
Eyeballs.
A note and an untouched bar of stuffing. Opening the note, you feel your heart sink. Written in scratched lettering, the note reads, "Thanks for the meat. Here's your payment."
Ew. I don't
You
like that.
search-
Ate her meat. He ate her meat.
You search for a trail leading out of the store, but can find no sign of your friend. Instead, you try to stay in the woods nearby, waiting and hoping you can find some sign to lead you to her.
No, she's
Yeah.
dead.
No.
Man, we picked the best ending right out of the gate. Hell
Yes.
Woo.
yeah.
Turkey
Suck
boy.
it, Paul.
Turkey boy.
Man, that was intense.
Yeah.
It really put me in the Thanksgiving mood.
It
Me
did.
too.
I want some pierogi.
Unfortunately, my story is almost exactly the same.
Like word for word.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
Well, we knew it might happen.
Wait, is it really? Are you kidding or not?
I'm kidding.
Okay. I thought you were, but then you kept going. I was like, wait a minute. Hey.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad because that would have been funny. But
That would have been crazy if it was exactly the same.
Yeah.
so, what's your tale called?
All right. The tale's called A Tale of a Turkey Boy.
Oh.
Spelled like tail.
Is
You
it a
know.
limerick?
Turkey
Yeah,
tail.
like a turkey tail. A limerick.
Yeah.
Why?
Total. Yeah.
A total limerick over here.
No, it's not. Let's get in here. You stare into the mirror approvingly. You sweep your hands over your brown and black speckled puffy shirt, adjust your brown tights with built-in exquisite tail, and begin applying red acrylic paint to your luscious triple chin.
Ooh.
It had taken you years of gobbling stuffing to achieve such a waddle. Your usual diet of nuts, seeds, and grasses had kept your physique lean when you deeply desired puffiness. After some consideration, you'd taken to gobbling stuffing along with other foods, and over time you'd put on the correct amount of weight. Now you have a proper gobbler to display while fighting or attempting to find a mate when you apply enough rouge to the area.
Oh my god.
You tried unsuccessfully to acquire concentrated rosacea on your throat region, with limited success, so paint it is. You're not intending to pick a fight today, though. Oh no. You're going out to strut.
Oh hell yes.
Yes. Usually your strutting attempts have proven unsuccessful, which is why the plastic turkey head and your bedside table had seen much more action than you would like.
Stop. Just kidding. Keep going forever.
No offense, plastic turkey head, you think. You are one of the loves of my life. But I need to mate with as many fine-ass hens as I can. You understand. You glance towards the direction of your bedroom drawer, almost expecting a response, but none came. Back to business.
I just want to say I appreciate that it's a plastic turkey head, not a plastic hen head.
Yeah.
It's
It's just a turkey.
They
That's all
don't
we need.
care. Turkey
Yeah.
fact. They don't... It's fine if it's a fake turkey. If it's just a head, they will try to mate with it.
nice.
No problem.
If you have any extra mannequin heads lying around.
Just give him a waddle and send him out to town.
Mm-hmm. You look back in the mirror and are suddenly alarmed. What? Who are you, bro? No way, bro! You scream as you puff up and flap your arms.
Oh my god.
Suddenly you notice the other turkey's perfect waddle. Oh yeah, you think. It's me. And I'm one fine-looking turkey boy. A long practice gobble erupts from your throat. Damn, I'm turned on. Now that you're ready to find a mate, how would you like to go about it?
My
To
gosh,
get on
yes.
to get on Tinder, turn to page 2. To take a chance on the local dive bar, turn to page 3.
Oh my god.
Turkey tender. Tendies.
All right, let's go to Tindy.
Right.
Turnder.
Good one. Let's settle with that.
Yeah, that's good. It's real good. You get out your phone and open the app to make sure your profile is as attractive as possible. Your picture certainly doesn't need any work. The black sclera lenses you're wearing in the photo are absolutely piercing.
Oh god, no.
Especially with the heavy red eyeliner encircling them. Your full feathered sweater pops, your waddle pops, and your prosthetic beak pops. Damn, my beak is so sharp and sexy, it's gonna burst through all the female screens and stab them in the hearts, you think proudly.
Oh yeah.
Below your picture, your description reads, birds of a feather. I'm just a turkey boy looking to breed with a healthy female, preferably with as many hens as I can. My seed is strong, just like my beak. Just crouch to signal me to copulate.
Ew, god.
Does your profile need adjusting? If yes, turn to page 4. If no, get to swiping. Turn to page 5.
Nope. It's good.
Yeah, it sounds
It's perfect.
perfect.
Your profile's perfect and will stand out amongst all the small-chested, tiny waddled males out there. You begin flipping through the females. So many unattractive options on here. You flip to a girl with a mousy brown hair and a sizable beak. Her profile says she likes nature. Promising. You swipe right. It's a match.
Yes.
But you keep going. After an hour of disappointing blondes with immense cleavage and holding rosé, you happen upon a rare beauty. Buzzed head, feather boa, beady eyes completely encircled glitter,
Oh my God.
red beak area, and her profile says, my pheromones make pharaohs moan.
Oh,
Very
shit.
interesting, you think. You swipe, and bitch, it's a match. You have 2 matches. Who should you start a conversation with? Sizable beak female? Turn to page 8. Feather boa girl? Turn to page 9.
Sizable beak.
Really? I would say feather boa.
Ooh.
She's DTF.
Yeah, she's catfishing you.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Paper.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Brock.
Rock.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock.
Will we go for a third?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock.
Paper.
He outpsyched me.
All right,
Nice.
beak. Let's see.
I'm sorry to everyone about how I have to scream my choice. I can't help it.
Sizable beak girl. Page 8. You decide to send a message to the beak girl. Just imagining clacking beaks is making your feathers stand at attention. You type fertile ? And wait. You wait 5 minutes. 10. You rearrange the stones outlining your nest in a suggestive way. You fluff the nest. You gobble down seed and think of your own seed, just waiting to gobble eggs. Eggs? The thought is making you flustered. One secret you keep is that you eat boiled eggs frequently. You feel it adds to the scent you emit overall in an alluring way.
God.
Just thinking about prying open your prosthetic beak and sliding in 5, 10, 20 boiled eggs is causing you to quiver. You check Tinder. Still nothing. Screw it, you think, and waddle to the fridge. Over the course of the evening, you pound 30 eggs, 3 pounds of stuffing, a bag of millet, and pass out in your nest. This turned out to be a night to enlarge your waddle and keep your abdomen round and impressive. Not such a bad night after all. The end.
Man,
Worth it.
We got the best ending right off the bat.
Right off the bat. Sounds like a good night to me.
So do you want to choose the other girl or not choose Tinder?
Let's go ahead and choose the other girl.
Yeah, I want to choose the other girl.
Okay.
Well, we're still in this
Boa
branch.
Girl. All right.
Yeah, best choice.
You decide to message the feather boa girl. You like her skull shape, and imagining all those feathers mashing together gives you the chills. Looking to breed, you type, and send. Not 30 seconds go by when she responds. Always. I like your makeup, she responds. You're not sure how she's judged your genetic makeup without being able to smell you. But that's courtship in the modern world for you. Your nest or mine, you say. Got snacks? She asks. Seeds and grasses, you say. What's your address? I'll be right over.
Oh, yeah.
You can't believe your luck. You frantically look around to make sure everything is conducive to mating. You look in the mirror. Waddle, blazingly red. You add a little more paint just to make sure. You do some practice puffs in the mirror. Yeah, you look large as hell. Before you know it, there's a knock at the door. You run over, heart beating out of your chest, and open it. There she stands, wearing 2 feather boas, a speckled dress, so much makeup that a Marilyn Monroe clown would burn with envy. You move so she can enter. Oh my God, you have a literal nest on your floor? This is wild. She looks you up and down. Is this your actual life? What is this? She says, laughing and pulling at a tail feather. You puff out your chest and say seriously, I'm a turkey boy. She smiles mischievously. Okay. I mean, that's cool. Different. What do you want to do? You lay down there to show your interest, and I'll begin, you say.
Oh my God.
She complies, giggling slightly. Okay. You begin the dance. It's a beautiful ancient mating dance of the turkey. You spread your feathers and begin encircling her. Then you stand on her back to massage her wings, or in this case, her shoulder blades. It'll do, though. Ow, she says in a muffled voice. Now that that's complete, it's mating time. Out of respect for our hero, we'll leave the trailer to allow privacy. After 3 minutes, the female emerges from the trailer. She turns to you. Whoa, that was insane. Can I see you again? If the nest of eggs fails, which I highly doubt, reach out to me and we may attempt it again. Otherwise, I'll see you next season. And with that, you shut the door and get into your freshly slimed nest and prepare to roost. The end.
Ew. Wow. My God.
Nice.
Can't believe we got a slam dunk on the what should have been first try, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's amazing. Well, what do we want to do now? Not to try the bar?
Yeah, so we
Yeah,
could try
I
the CD bar now.
Okay.
Was there another option?
Nope.
Or no, yeah, there was.
What?
Where we adjust our Tinder.
Oh, adjust our profile.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that option was just going to be you guys coming up with what it should be, and then
okay.
leading into.
Okay.
Bar it is.
Yeah, it was perfect as it was. I mean,
Yeah.
What else am I going to say?
All right, dive our stuff. You prepare to emerge from your trailer and have a look around. Does your nest look inviting? Check. The sticks and leaves in the center of the room are all pretty fresh. You notice a soggy pile of feathers and scoot it under some leaves. Females won't notice that, most likely. It's fine, you say.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
Why are they soggy?
Just turkey stuff.
Oh, yeah. T.S.
You emerge into the world, hands on your wide hips. You inhale deeply and say to yourself, I detect some spicy hormones on the breeze. Are they ready for all this? Let's find out, turkey boy. Normally you can run 25 miles per hour. But tonight,
my God.
But tonight you decide to take it slow. You ooze confidence. You're halfway to the bar and you realize you're sweating buckets. It'll just make me more fragrant and desirable, you think. I'm going to overpower all other odors in that bar. Before long, the bar's in sight. You enter and inhale through your nose powerfully to try to detect the right pheromones. You're immediately drawn to a girl in the corner with a frizzy halo of hair and thick glasses. You stomp up to her fast and powerfully to assert dominance and launch into conversation.
That poor girl. That's so scary.
I have poor night vision too, although in the daytime my vision is 3 times more powerful than a human's.
Oh my God.
She blinks and looks around nervously. Oh, that's cool. Are you coming from a party? She asks. No, idiot. I'm coming from my roost. I have a bunch of soft things on the floor if you're interested. And full of eggs. Okay, I gotta go, she says and begins to get up. But you spread your wings and block her.
Oh my God.
I'm very alpha, you try and assure her. But she screams. And before you know it, you're surrounded by burly men. What the hell? You some kind of clown or drag queen? The biggest one asks. How should you respond? Run away. You're too beautiful for a fight. Turn to page 6. Or fight. Turn to page 7.
We
Okay.
just declared that we are so alpha.
I know, but I want the canon ending to be that we're so alpha, so I want to do the other one first.
The canon ending's whatever one we decide is the canon ending.
You want to do the alpha one first? I think that is the correct choice, but I want to know what the other one is.
Look, so far there's been no wrong.
Okay.
So-
All right. He's alpha.
Okay. All right. No way are you running away from these bros. Spread your wingspan as wide as you can and launch yourself at the men, flapping and kicking their shins while making high-pitched squeaks. You're an uncontrollable ball of feathered fury, and before long a few of them are on the ground clutching their legs, while others start backing away. This dude's too wild! I'm out! They say. You cast a glance around the room and spot the frizzy halo. You try to make eye contact,
Oh no.
but she darts into the bathroom. She wasn't prime stock anyway, you say to yourself. Maybe tonight isn't the night. Gotta wait for the right hand. You leave the bar and go back to your nest to eat seed and stuffing, preparing yourself for the future. The end.
Nice.
Oh my God. Amazing. All right, let's see what the
Yeah.
other
Let's
ending.
run away at 25 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Okay. The last time a bunch of human males ganged up on you, they ruined your feather sweater, and you'd have to spend a fortnight carefully selecting new feathers and sewing them back on individually. Not this time. You flap and gobble mightily to create confusion, and then run past the bros. Unfortunately, one of them grabs the back of your sweater and throws you on the ground. You look up at a circle of angry faces. The leader says, "Kick his ass at Thanksgiving, boys!" And the brutal stomping commences. Later, you slowly waddle back to your trailer.
Aw.
Sweater destroyed. Confidence all but shattered. You'll heal, though, and you'll rise again. Someday soon. The end.
Wow.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah. So similar, too.
Yeah,
Very
very similar. Eerily similar.
Yeah.
My God. Like,
Yeah.
I just have to wrap my mind around it for like a long time. So much great stuff in there.
I was thinking when we all thought about Turkeyboys, it would be kind of like that. But I was already proven wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprise. Surprise, sucker. All right, well. As for my tale, I've got some news for you, Megan. Paul already knows this news.
What?
I didn't finish it because I'm garbage and the worst writer. So, but I did write a prologue so that I could tantalize you for a year from now, where I will unveil my story.
All right.
Which
I'm trying
she's
to get...
already promised it won't just be a second prologue.
Right.
For another year.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is gonna, it's gonna be, you guys don't even have to write anything for next year because it's gonna be a long one. Okay, so my tale is called The Legend of Tom Turkey.
Ooh.
In the prologue, Paul, could you beatbox me some heartbeats or
Some heartbeats?
like
the
yeah, get in there.
just like I can do it.
In a wood.
No, I want to do it. I can do it.
No, it's a long story. You're
It's fine.
getting mania ready.
I can do it. It's fine.
Please leave all of this in. In a wood, deep in the heart. All right, we're gonna
I
stop.
can do it.
Deep in the heart of Appalachia, a band of hunters were in hot pursuit, their dogs foaming at the mouth. Their quarry was close. They had come from a town nearby that didn't tolerate such things. They had to catch her and put this whole mess right. Clutching their laser guns to their chests, ignoring their fatigue, they were gaining. The girl was fleeing, terrified and exhausted. She ran for her life. And the life of her unborn love child. Her feet were blistered and battered, but still she ran. She heard the dogs in the distance, knew what was in store for her if she stopped for rest. The dogs did seem to be gaining, and she didn't know how much longer she could keep this up. And then I wrote here, Paul can stop if you had been beatboxing this. Awoo! She screamed. That was much closer than the rest. It must be that hellhound, Sebastian. He was so much stronger than the others and uncomfortably muscular. In her terror, her foot snagged under a root. Damn it! Every time! She crashed to the forest floor, turning onto her side to keep from harming her baby. When she hit the ground, it gave way into a chute-like tunnel, buffeting her down through spider webs and root webs into the dark depths of the mountains. The dog reached the opening to the chute and bayed down into it in fury, but he did not follow. He knew what this was, and he knew that she was as good as dead. When she awoke, her eyes searched the darkness blindly. She was in a den, deep in the earth. The air smelled amazing, like a sumptuous feast. When her eyes adjusted to the darkness, a wide smile spread across her face, and tears of gratitude filled her eyes. A turkey den! Thank God! She gazed down at her bulging stomach and caressed it. Now you can be with your own kind.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm tantalized.
Yeah.
Well, you have to wait an entire year.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, I'm already
What's Tom
waiting.
Turkey gonna get up
How am I
to?
supposed to last a whole year for that?
Sorry, that's what she said. Wait, no, that's what he said. Take that out.
I'm
That's what she said.
already waiting an entire year for October, so
Look,
it's not far behind.
I had to try to recapture how excited you were to read Spooky Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And that's why I failed to finish my story.
Sure.
Yes.
Well, a great failure of a story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you. I hope everybody's all tantalized.
So I look forward to that a year from now.
Sorry, everyone, but also you're welcome.
Yeah. In the meantime, hope you all enjoyed our Tales of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Turkey boy.
Yes.
Now you have something to be thankful for.
Yeah.
Turkeyboys.
Finally you have something.
This is what you can tell your family at the table.
Yeah.
Tell them all about the hermit and turkey tender and little baby turkey boy.
Turned her, Paul.
Turner.
I'm not pushing for it.
It's great.
So, if you'd like to email us or just contact us in general and tell us about all of your turkey tales and the stories about your turkeys, you can reach us.
Okay, but sure, whatever.
You can reach us on Twitter at Strange Paths Pod.
If you want to email us what you think a turkey boy would be, email us at strangepathspodcast@gmail.com, right? That's
Or if you want to tell me all your turkey-related Tinder experiences, you can at bozosglowglobes@gmail.com.
choking on some feathers over there.
Getting choked up.
Yeah.
She had that gizzard in her throat.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
No. Right, right guys?